Boyo Gaming. Hi everyone. I'm deeply sorry, but welcome back to the podcast. Why did I do that, you may ask? Well, some people might know. So recently I have unfortunately gotten back into TF2 kind of. I don't play the game, I just watch a lot of videos on it. I don't know why that happens like with trends all the time. For me, like games like Plants vs Zombies, again TF2, just random stuff that I don't stay in. I'm just like I'm into it, like yeah, I like this, and then like I don't care anymore. I guess I'm done. I'm time to move on. And then not not the longest later, I'm back in it again. I I'd stopped being into TF2 sometime after events of which I will not speak of. Because of these events of which I will not speak of, I have stopped wanting to play TF2 because it reminded me too much of the person who caused events of which I will not speak of. He was very mean. And for the longest time, I should have realized by January of this year that he's kind of a butthole. I thought he was my friend. But we're not talking about serious stuff. No, here we talk about wee and whatever's on my mind for 30 minutes because I know how to ramble off. What I don't know is how to stop stuttering, how to get phrases correctly on the first try, and how long a podcast needs to be. I don't know. Still cannot believe that this series has gone so far. It honestly feels kind of weird, doesn't it? Because, like, this started off as just, like, a random thing, and even though, like, I was in the back of my mind, I was like, man, like, what if this became a series that I did for a long time? And it did, only because I had no other ideas for videos. And now it's just a thing I do whenever I feel like doing a podcast late at night, because I never do one in the daytime anymore. The only one I did was on Discord, and I think the first one. Though I can't do it on Discord because it was with Vamp, Tails, and Bendy. Vamp and Bendy are still available, but I have a different server that doesn't have Paul in it right now, which is the bot I used to make that, and Discord discussions. And Tails, I may have said this before already, but Tails currently cannot use Discord because of his mom restricting his phone, so he's forced to use an inferior app called Pinch, which you can't record audio on. If it's using the call volume, it's a no. Unfortunately, that sucks. So, no sign of doing another one of those with my friends in the future. On Discord, at least, well, no, I don't think my real friends would want to. Not that they come over anymore, but if they did. I know I was trying to talk about TF2, but now it's time to talk about personal problems. Yay! Category of personal problems, friendship issues. It's not that I don't think we hate each other, it's that Abby, Audrey, Cooper, and them have just decided to stop talking to me. Well, Cooper does. If I text him, he'll reply, but like he never tries to talk to me first. Liam doesn't call me. Audrey hasn't spoken a word to me for like 2 years, text wise I mean, and Abby stopped contacting me. So as much as I want to just have a fun time playing something with them like before, for one, they'll never see this, so they'll never know I want to. Kind of. And, like, they're never gonna want to, I don't think. I think they've moved on. They still talk to each other, but, like, they don't talk to old friends like me. They talk to new friends like Julie. I think that was his name. So, yeah, I miss them, but I won't be able to do anything but miss them. I did get Tomodachi Life again. Last time I got it was like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 years ago, and I had a really fun time with it, so I got it again. And I'm pretty far in. The reoccurring thing is that I couldn't get actual married members of my family together despite having them both in my island. So before, it was with mom and dad the first time, and there's someone named Angie Chan from Anime Bro Me. I've surely talked about him before, so I don't need to again. Otherwise, I'll ramble off about that. But I don't need to ramble off about something I've already rambled off about before. So, yep, and there we go. It can't. It's not a Poyo random podcast without me going silent randomly for a few seconds for no reason, and then shaming myself about it just right after. What was I talking about again? I have bad memory right now. Doop-a-doo. 6 minutes in and this is already a failure. I'm not restarting though. What was it? I know I was... okay. I'll just try not to... oh yeah, Tomodachi Life. So, my mom, instead of marrying Dad, who was on the island, got married to Angie Chan. And I mean, got married. They were the first couple. They had the first and second baby. I remember the first baby's name, too. His name was Luke. He looked cute. He was a boy. And then the second time around, which is the one I have now, I have my Mii's from the Wii U that Natalie made of them. And also Natalie is married to someone named Mark, so I put him on the island. Unfortunately, I also saw a picture. Well, you know that thing on the 3DS where you're scanning a Mii, when you're making a Mii, and then you can take a picture of a face, and then it will go to that. One of the faces was like hilarious. It was like just staring creepily. So I thought it was funny, so I added him too and named him Mulk. Kind of similar to Mark. And I was thinking in the back of my head, while making him, what if this is a mistake and Natalie will go out with Mulk instead of Mark? Guess what happened? Exactly that. They hooked up, and guess what? Just a few hours ago I was playing, and Mark, the original, Natalie's original husband, tried to get with her, but since she was already since she was already... oh no. Sorry. Since she was already with Mulk, his basic counterpart, I have them have the same height, voice, personality, everything. And I'm giving them identical stuff. Like, I gave Mulk a study kit and a fishing pole, and I gave Mark a book and a golf club, because Mark plays golf, and he played a VR fishing game, which is on my channel, but my VR videos don't really have that many views. That's okay. Why is that there? Oh... sorry, I'm getting off track. Anyways, about that TF2 thing I said at the start. So you may know, if you're into TF2, you may know about something called Engineer Gaming. Something that someone's Steam profile was Engineer Gaming. Sorry, I can't do the voice that well, but recently, some of the other classes have been doing it as well, which are Medic, Scout, Sniper, Heavy, Demo, Spy, and Pyro. The only two left are Soldier and Engineer. No one's been able to contact Engineer. I don't remember the voice actor. I don't know any of the voice actors besides Soldier's. And speaking of Soldier's voice actor, if you know anything about TF2, you most likely know that Rick May, the voice actor of Soldier, died last year due to COVID, after apparently surviving cancer and other diseases for a long time. It's a shame we didn't start the trend earlier. If we really wanted all of them, then it would just be Engineer to close it off. But no. Soldier's dead. Rocket jumping in heaven. Enough about TF2. Next, I want to give a shout out to someone that I've been watching. He's one of my friends, and I mentioned him earlier. Bendy, or I think, what is his YouTube name? Yeah, I think it's either Bendy Cool Bro Ink Demon or Bendy the Ink Demon. Okay, his YouTube name is Bendy Cool Bro Ink Demon. His most popular video with 262,000 views is reaction scene Tails in Sonic the Hedgehog. Or, as I like to call it, because this scream in the middle of the video, that's the best part. I'd play it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's incredible, though. Unfortunately, though, that's like his only super popular video, because that was viral at the time, and he got lucky. I think that happened with someone I used to be friends with. That happened with Vile, too. And Metal. With 2 TikToks. One from IGN about Mario and Pineapple Pizza, and the other about Gru. TikToks are very viral. And, now they all have more subscribers than me, which I don't care about. Like, they can have all the clout they want. I just care about making videos. I don't tell me to sign in, Google or YouTube. I just want to make videos and make people happy. That's what Bendy wants too. I interviewed him before about it. It's on his about. Who just want to make people happy and make their day better. His grammar's not the best, but don't make fun of him for that. What is important is that almost every day, like randomly late at night, he just uploads a random video. And he has a lot of concepts. Specifically right now, 55. And he made one yesterday. He said in his recent video 53 minutes ago that his school starts on the 16th and that he won't be able to upload as much. I think that's the same for me, now that I'm going to an actual high school named Christ I Rock. If you want to, you can wish me luck, because I'm very worried. I took an online one before, and I don't know if I'll be able to do this one. Not that it's going to be super hard, just I have to get used to it a little bit later. I don't know if people are going to be as nice. I haven't really experienced that much bullying. Mostly in, like, 1st, 3rd, and 4th grade when I wasn't at St. Mary's. That was when I got most of it, since I was autistic, that I was the biggest target. But I think half the time I either just like, brushed it off or just ignored it. Or I didn't know. I just didn't care, really. Thank God. Now I don't know. I'm just a bit worried that it's going to be like that again. Or I'm just going to be insulted constantly for not being as mentally complete as most people. So, not the most excited for that. I'm only going there because one of my classmates from St. Mary's, one of my best friends from St. Mary's, his name is Parker Bainey. He really wanted me to go there. Sarah McCallum's there too, and she's best friends with Olivia Walden. But because the rest of her family went there, for one, Olivia's the only one going here. There's a school farther out, like a lot farther out, called Mater Dei. It's way bigger. I think it's a lot cooler as well, but I don't think I can handle having to drive all the way out there and waking up at like 4 or 5 or something just to be able to make it on time. I don't think Mom wanted to either. So sorry, Olivia. Because the rest of her family went there, like Matthew and Nicholas, Olivia is the only one going to Mater Dei of my class. So sorry, Olivia. I mean, I took a long class too, and I'll make the 2 that was gonna be 3 again. At Christ I Rock. Sorry if you heard my fan. My fan's on 2 because I'm really hot right now. I'm grabbing a Jolly Rancher and walking across the room. So yeah, finally time for me to see what a real high school's like. I just hope I don't feel too pressured. And they have such a weird uniform thing. They don't have uniforms like St. Mary's in modern day. They have this like weird clothes code. I'll just name a few things I can know. You must have any shirt that you get tucked in. You can't wear jackets. You can wear hoodies. You can't wear anything with a big logo unless it's a repeating pattern. If there is a logo, it has to be small enough and on the top left so you can cover it with your hand. One hand. You can't wear sweat shorts. You can't wear sweatpants. You can't wear athletic shorts. You have to wear some kind of like khakis. You have to wear a belt, so you have to get shorts with a belt strap. So if you think a pair of shorts looks good, but you can't wear a belt with it, then it doesn't work. You can't wear slides. That's a given, though. I think it's kind of strict, and with my clothes, it's really confusing. I think it's that you also can't wear certain shirts, but I can't remember. And you can wear shorts, thankfully. Only in the summer, though, which is fine, because that's what St. Mary said. I think I won't have to mind, either. They also told me to get... A mom got me some hoodies recently, a few days ago, because it's apparently really cold in the classrooms. But I think that's going to counter the heat of outside. I hope we don't have to go outside for, like, our quote-unquote recesses. Unfortunately, I don't think you have recesses in high school. That's okay. And now classes are going to be a bit different because instead of being in one classroom for most of your subjects, I am at least slightly used to switching classrooms because for math in 7th and 8th grade we had to go to Miss Maria's room because we didn't do math English. For 5th and 6th for math you had to go to Miss Klosterman's room, and for 7th and 8th you had to go to Miss Maria's room for English. Because that's what their schedule was. And 5th and 6th, which sucked, by the way. I think 5th was alright, but 6th was horrible. Worst of my life. Yep. Oh, don't you love it? Don't you love the incredible quality of this podcast? It doesn't even have a good title. It doesn't even have an original title. Like, take Markiplier's, for example. Distractible. Listen to Distractible. That wasn't me trying to mock Mark. It's just... I think he has a podcast. He wants you to watch that podcast. He's apparently working on a sequel to Heist with Markiplier in Florida. Not in Florida. In Texas. I went to Texas before. But Mark is there now, I think. I only know that because of his most recent video. And... yeah, so our schedule... because it was a Catholic school, our first thing was religion no matter what. For, I think, 5th and for early years of the school before we had Mr. Swan, we would either just, like, pray and... Okay, guys, sorry for the random cut in my voice if there was one. I had to pause the thing because my mom was, like, walking in her room. I think she still is, but I think if I turn off the lights, if I keep a bit quiet, we'll be okay. So, yeah, we used to just do normal religion. In 5th and 6th, we do a worship bulletin. Sometimes it's a little activity book, and other times we just read a thing from our religion book, and if we get to a quiz, we have to do 10 questions and some bonus questions. I didn't like that very much. Thankfully, I can't remember, but I think 7th and 8th was a bit easier. But when do I remember? Okay, but when Mr. Swan became the principal, then we had to do hall prayer, and I'll tell you now. Compared to Miss Maria, the 5th and 6th grade, to Miss Maria, Miss Klosterman, or even Mr. Antoine, which was the principal after Mr. Swan, I only saw him in 8th grade. Anyone only saw him in 8th grade because apparently he resigned after 1 year. There's just like that 1 year when I was in 8th grade. Apparently he missed us too. like everyone else. And a lot of people said we. I feel kind of glad, but I mean, I don't know. I think we'll be top someday, but a lot of them, a lot of the staff there said that we were one of the best classes they've ever had. I feel grateful, but it kind of sucks because I won't be able to see like half of the class I used to go to school with. So I think get used to new students. That's okay, but I don't know. I'm very introverted and kind of socially anxious, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. Parker will have to help me with that. The thing is, like, I won't be able to see Olivia, besides like Facebook posts, because we're friends on there. I won't be able to see Kyle, Logan, Dakota, Annika, Elena, Manuela, Sophie, anyone else in my class going to Centralia High School because I don't go to Centralia High School. So it's basically, we had 11 people in our class. So that means, I'm trying to do the math. So that means 7 of us went, seven of us went to Centralia High School, and 4 of us didn't. Me, Sarah, Parker, and Olivia didn't, and Annika, Elena. Sorry, I unfortunately cannot remember all of their names. I get my yearbook that I got, but I don't even know where it is, unfortunately. I lost it just a few days after I got it. I'll have to ask Mom tomorrow if I can remember to ask. So it was Annika, Elena, Manuela, Dakota, Logan, Kyle, and Sophie did not go. I mean, did go to Central High School. So yeah, apparently Miss Maria, who, fun fact, I was like neutral about her, kind of liked her as a teacher until 8th grade, where in the first semester she was kind of mean for no reason, like sassed everyone, especially me, because I was the biggest target because I didn't know better. And then like second semester, she went just back to like being like, yeah, right. Like, I don't care anymore. I wasn't mad. They got a comfy chair in 8th grade. They got like a really comfy chair. Well, I wouldn't say a super comfy. Well, I don't know what grade it was, but at some time they went from their little stools to a super comfy chair. A black leather small couch looking thing with a little book area. Sorry, that silence is me trying to think if this podcast is going long enough or not. So, I guess I'll recap. So, for myself, so I can remember what to put in the thumbnail. If you couldn't tell, I'm just putting stuff that I mentioned for long enough in the thumbnail. Maybe TF2, Bendy, and school. My phone turned off. Great. I'm not sure about the school, if I can find anything for St. Mary's. I don't know if I should do another logo, though, because I did the DeQuinn State Fair logo last time. We'll just have to see. I think this is going to be the end of this one. So, thank you all for watching. I don't know what I was doing there. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Okay, bye.